Over the last couple of weeks, I have reignited my passion for business meetings. No, seriously. Good to meet with a very interesting person last week. 1 hour turned into 2.5 as we discussed investing. I told them what I do and teach, and they were fascinated. They also said they wish they'd met me sooner in life, as they are a keen stock market investor. To cut a very long story short, they wanted to know if they had sold at the right time, as they felt they had made errors on a couple of shares. Once we agreed a price, I conducted a review with the information they provided. Their instinct was correct, very much so. A couple of caveats. Number 1, they are very wealthy. Number 2, I could only review with the info provided. However, there was enough to make a decision on, although I did have the benefit of hindsight to a point. However, I also backtested, so I'm happy with my conclusion. For clarity, they had made money on one and lost on another, with an overall profit. Sadly, they had made the absolute classic move which independent investors have a habit of repeating. They let the loser run far too long and took the profits way too early. Does that sound familiar? The loss was a lot more than they needed to suffer, and they dramatically reduced their profits. It cost them £111,000. Now you need to look at that number in a different light. 45% was left on the table because they didn't have an effective exit strategy. They had one, it just failed them miserably. The £111,000 isn't important. The 45% is what matters to investors. Now, as you can imagine, they are now a client. They are also a member of an investment club, and let's just say I got a few referrals. Now, what I do works for all investors in all markets. And I do have the client's permission to tell this story, by the way. So click the link to the book, spend some smart money, and I'll speak to you next time.